I'm Adam Anshel for Pro Football Weekly, along with our draft expert Nolan Nawrocki. We are looking at the Day 3 steals from the NFL Draft. It's presented by Verizon Fios. And Nolan, there's a few reasons why these guys seem to fall and slip into the later rounds. One of those is medical. We saw it with maybe the biggest player in the draft, Marcus Cannon, falling all the way to the 5th round to the New England Patriots.
Yeah, it was a tremendous value. He's a first-round type of talent. There were teams at the back end of the first considering him. He's a guy that would have went no later than the middle of the 2nd round. And the fall of the 5th round, I think, was an outstanding value for the Patriots. He's diagnosed with cancer. He's not going to be able to play this season more than likely. And he's going to step in next season. And I think he could be a solid starter if he's able to recover. You got Virgil Green from Nevada, who the Broncos selected in the 7th round, and Pittsburgh's Greg Romeus, who the Saints also landed. I think both of them fell strictly for the medical reasons.
Yeah, if these guys turn out to be healthy, it's really a great pick. To get them in the 7th round is impressive. Now, some of the other guys that fell and were steals were just simply value picks. Guys got them later than we expected, including Clint Bowling, who we had rated pretty highly at one point, falling all the way to the 4th.
Yeah, he's a 4-year starter in the SEC. I think he's going to be able to come in and help the team right away, but for him to be there in the 4th round for the Cincinnati Bengals, I think was a great value. Kendall Hunter went to the Niners in the 4th round, had some mental concerns, and he's not great in pass protection either, so I think that was the reason he was there. Johnny White went in the 5th round to the Bills. I really like the way he runs, very angry, very violent runner. Has some medical concerns as well, but he's a guy that could provide value. Quiz Rogers from Oregon State was another 5th rounder. And you got Dwayne Harris in the 6th round, who went to the Cowboys, and Anthony Gator to the Bucks. I think both of them could turn out to be very solid players.
If you end up getting a contributor, or even better, a starter in the 6th, 7th round, it's got a great pickup for you. And then finally, there's some character guys that slipped. We had heard about Christian Ballard late in the draft, failing a drug test at the combine, testing positive for marijuana. We had, at one point, I think, had him in the 1st round. Slips all the way to the 4th.
Yeah, it was tremendous value for the Vikings if they can stay on him, and I think they got a defensive line coach in Carl Dunbar who's going to be able to get the most out of him. And the other guy you look at in the 5th round was Niles Paul from Nebraska, the receiver that the Redskins took. He's a guy that fell because of alcohol concerns, but the talent was definitely there. I think he's going to be able to help on special teams. He's an outstanding gunner, and he's a guy that's going to be able to contribute for the Redskins.
I think so much focus is paid to the 1st round and the 2nd round, all the mock drafts and all that stuff. Forget that a lot of players in this league end up falling and slipping into these rounds, being major contributors. That is a look at the Day 3 steals from the NFL Draft. For the best draft coverage, be sure to follow us on Twitter or go to ProFootballWeekly.com.